Adult checks in 2025 as it pertains to the low income and, of course, fixed income beneficiaries of Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA, RRB, and, of course, seniors and people with disabilities. This year has been very weird, 2025. I think we completely recognize that, and there's been a lot of pieces of legislation that have been coming out, some of which are suggesting raising the amount of money going out to millions upon millions of households by a lot of money. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, that leads a lot of us to wonder, what about adult checks? Yeah, exactly, okay? Now, this is interesting because a couple years ago, when we saw this same situation played out, a lot of people came out and were suggesting, hey, we should be doing something like adult checks to those individuals who are low income and fixed income beneficiaries as advanced payments as well. Well, that's exactly where we're at right now. And again, we've seen some huge piece of legislation coming out suggesting the distribution of a lot of money to a lot of different groups of people. And again, that makes a lot of us wonder, again, what about adult checks and those people living on a small fixed income benefit like Social Security? And again, you know the whole list. I've talked about it many times before in other videos. And again, I mentioned the list at the beginning of this video as well. Either way, let's talk about the details about this. Now, I know that this first part may not pertain to some of you here in the community, but let me just throw this out there because this is the talking point and where all of this comes from. Now, recently this year, we've seen multiple pieces of legislation coming out suggesting about increasing the child tax credit payment up to $6,000. Now, to be fair with you, that's not what this video is all about, but rather I'll get into the adult check part of that here in just a second. Now, right now, remember, the child tax credit payments are still out there. However, they're significantly lower than what they were a few years ago when they were increased. But there's been a couple people, major lawmakers that have been coming out. There's legislation that has been introduced about increasing up to $6,000. In fact, what's interesting about it is we've seen bipartisan support on this. We've seen people from both sides of the aisle coming forward suggesting that, hey, we like this. A $6,000 child tax credit payment would be appropriate right now. Okay, sounds really good. But here's the situation behind this. When we see huge proposals like this and people coming out suggesting, maybe we should increase the child tax credit payment to $6,000, we have this other part that comes out and says, okay, that's cool, sure, let's do it, but what about adult checks or what about adult payments to those individuals who maybe are seniors, people living on a Social Security benefit, or people with disabilities living on maybe SSDI or SSI? What about those individuals who are, needing some financial stability, needing some financial assistance, again, on a very low income or fixed income, who maybe does not qualify for the EITC, the Earned Income Tax Credit, and maybe has kids, but maybe the kids are like 25 or 30 or 40 or 50, right? In these types of situations, what about these individuals? What could we do for them in this situation as well? And again, I really like this. Now, a few years ago as well, and again, I'm just kind of giving this for context here, but when we came forward and they raised the child tax credit payments a couple years ago, at that time, there were many people that are also suggesting maybe we could offer the EITC, again, the Earned Income Tax Credit, which, by the way, not everybody's eligible to take that. That's just one of the reference points, but that is something that's out there available for some people, and a lot of times it does result in massive tax credits and massive tax refunds for a lot of people. And again, I'm not your accountant, I'm not your CPA, I don't know your exact financial situation, so obviously this is not advice in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just throwing that out there. But there were people that were coming out suggesting, why don't we offer the EITC as an advanced payment? Remember, they did this with child tax credit payments, and there are some states out there as well offering advanced child tax credit payments to the residents on the state level, okay? Now, I'm talking about this on the federal level, but again, this comes out with that big discussion. Okay, cool, let's raise the child tax credit payments up to $6,000 or whatever they decide at some point in the middle. Okay, fine, sounds really good, but what do we do about, again, fixed income, low income, seniors, people with disabilities, people living on Social Security benefits? What should we do for these individuals who may not qualify for, again, the EITC? This is where this is coming in. I really like this discussion, and again, I always want to jump on board these types of things because yeah, absolutely. I see it down below in the comment section literally hundreds of times a day probably a few thousand times a month and week that I see this out there. Down below in the comment section, people living on a fixed income, hey, struggling, can't get by, my benefit isn't enough, ran out of money, I only have 62 cents left, or whatever. I see it all the time, literally every single day. So again, this would be a really, really good discussion, especially with the economic situation that we're in right now. Do you think it maybe be, I don't know, maybe a little appropriate, maybe a little bit prudent right now to maybe distribute some money out to the lowest income and the fixed income beneficiaries who could use that money to help stimulate the economy? And I think we probably need a little bit of that right now, right? We've been talking about some of that lately in other videos. It's kind of a rough picture with everything going on. So again, I'm not saying this is for sure going to happen. All I'm saying is that this is opening up the floodgates and opening the discussion again for this whole adult check thing that we've heard about. And again, this is not the first time we've heard about it, but this is a little bit encouraging. Okay, so let's just see what happens here. And who knows, maybe they'll offer something like this. But all I'm saying is that with the legislation that's out there and with the discussion with lawmakers who are discussing increasing the child tax credit payments, alongside that, that is when we see these discussions coming out for these adult type payments as well. And again, people who are not eligible for the EITC, which, by the way, if you don't know what the EITC is, I'm just going to be honest with you, you probably don't qualify for it anyway, so don't really worry about it. But basically what it is, it stands for Earned Income Tax Credit. That's what EIT stands for. Basically, it's a tax credit that's worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for some people who are eligible to take it. If they have kids, by the way, they can get significantly more money on that. But again, I'm not your CPA. I'm not your accountant. I am not your financial planner. I don't know your exact situation. So obviously this is not advice whatsoever, but rather it's something that's out there. So again, like many different sectors of, the people and the demographics across the country are eligible to receive something a lot of the times, whether it's a child tax credit payment if they have dependent kids, or somebody who has a little bit of earned income and maybe can take the EITC in that situation. But again, then we also single out, what about the low income, the seniors, the people with disabilities, the fixed income beneficiaries who may not be eligible for some of these other credits that are out there? And that's exactly where this discussion comes in. So, and again, when we're in an economic situation like we're in now, it makes the discussion a whole lot easier, because what do they need in times like this? They need massive stimulus for the economy. That's what they need. I talk about it all the time, but that's when stimulus is provided, and that's when easy money comes, is that when the economy is not doing great, they say, hey, what can we do to help stimulate this? Let's get some money into the possession of the people. Anyway, interesting conversation, interesting legislation that's out there. And again, I want to continue watching this very closely. Of course, I will keep you posted on all this, but let's just continue to watch this going forward. And again, I know that I say that all the time, but realistically, that's all that we really can do, because unfortunately, everything that we need is at the mercy of lawmakers. I know that sounds rough, but that is the reality. And we need to wait for them. We need to work and wait for them. And the unfortunate part about that is they move, I was going to say as slow as turtles, but I think that would be a compliment. Turtles are actually kind of fast sometimes. They move as slow as snails. Snails are very slow, right? Provided they don't get dried up in the sun. So, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I will continue to watch everything very, very closely. Again, thank you so much for being part of this community. I will be here for you, right by your side every single day, to advocate and represent for you in any way that I possibly can. Let me know down below in the comment section what else I can do for you. I can jump on in live videos, live streams, and other videos. Just let me know. I'm here for you. I want to keep you posted with what's going on. Otherwise, if you need any help with Medicare, again, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you have a Medigap plan, a supplement plan, if you're moving across state or county lines, please call the trusted advisors over at Chapter. The partners here on the channel, 100% for free. They will look through all the plans across the country to find you the best plan for you and your personal situation, whatever it happens to be, so you can see the doctors you want, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They'll find you the best plan with the best coverages at the best price for you and your personal needs. It's absolutely incredible. And again, if you're turning 65 or retiring, seriously, they can help with Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment, Medicare Part D, whatever it is, they've got it all. And again, it's totally free. It's awesome. So anyway, give them a call. Totally cool. Phone numbers are on your screen. Write it down. Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Whatever you got to do. And 15, 20 minutes, whatever it takes. And they could help you out massively and save you a huge, huge, huge headache. Otherwise, let me ask you a huge favor. Who do you know that may also be retiring, turning 65, moving, anything like this? Please share this video with them. Or just share that information right there for the chapter partners here. Again, the phone number, please just share that information with them. You'll be a super big hero to them. Just think about it. If they could get a trusted advisor on their team helping them navigate all of this with Medicare, which is honestly very confusing, when they get that help, they'd be like, hey, you're a hero. You helped me out so much. That's an awesome feeling. We all want to be a superhero, right? Exactly. Anyway, please share that information with them. Again, just think of 1, 2, or 3 people that you know, friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, social media people, whatever it happens to be. Go ahead and share that with them. Thank you. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. We've got to help people out right now. It is such a rough time out there. Otherwise, please share this video as well. Big share button down below. Again, 1, 2, or 3 people that you can think of. Go ahead and share this. Otherwise, if you're new here or if you've not done so, please subscribe. It's 100% free to do so. Again, big subscribe button down below. Otherwise, check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description. Otherwise, please have a nice day, and I really hope I can see you again soon in the next video or in the next live stream. Until then,